What's the reaction in Lansing, Rick, with this round of new rules?
Well, it's kind of where we have been all along during this critical time, and that is that Republicans and Democrats are not necessarily on the same page. They all understand that they all have the common good of the state that they have to take care of. For example, most of the Republican reaction today was, yes, this is a good thing. We're glad you do it, or you're doing this, but you should go further. In the case of the Senate Majority Leader, Senator Shirkey said he congratulated the governor on following the plan he laid out 2 weeks ago, which is not exactly how the governor would see it. So they are not on the same page, but I think there is some relief on the part of some lawmakers that some of these restrictions have been dialed back. But they do want to see more done, and of course they'll be pushing for that as we go forward. In the legislature today, they formed committees for the House and Senate, an oversight committee to see how the state responded to the COVID-19 outbreak. And so they will take a look, Democrats, Republicans, House and Senate, so they'll take a look at what the state's been doing over the past few weeks and the weeks going forward. And then in the Senate, they passed a couple of bills that really raised the ire of Democrats in that chamber. One of them calling it, one of the Democrats calling the Republicans a political stunt. The bills, one would do away with the 1945 Act that it creates the Emergency Powers Act. That's the one where the legislature doesn't have any oversight and the governor can call an emergency for an indefinite period of time. The other one would shorten the period of time in the 1976 law, which they favor keeping. But let's be clear, neither one of those will go anyplace. The governor's already said she's not going to sign them, but it did create some angst for the folks in the chamber in there today. For the most part, reaction has been from the Republican side. They are glad that the governor did what she did. They want more. Democrats are saying the governor continues to follow the right medical advice and is following the metrics she needs to get the state back open safely.
Yeah. That's the key, too, to try and find that balance, Rick. A lot of people hoping that that can be loosened for their line of work, but yet there is that health risk.
Absolutely, and some of those folks have already reached out, like the folks that do general construction. There are projects that have already been started, and they're worried about what's going to happen to those. And everybody else that is anxious to get back to work. For now, we know through May 15th, the governor did not rule out doing some other kind of change during that period of time. In fact, we heard sound from her earlier that said that this may not be the only thing that happens between now and May 15th, but you also get the sense they're going to be watching testing, hospital capacity, and the healthcare industry in general very closely before they open anything else up.
Yeah, okay, and watching those numbers for sure. Rick, thank you.